Okay. In today's class, we are going to discuss about the loops concept. There are two different types of loops. They are going to be while and for. For is for definite times, and while is for is for definite times. While is for indefinite times, and there is something that is going to be break and continues also is there. And I'm going to write the syntax and where I'm going to use it. I think you already studied about these things where they are going to be used. That means I'm going to print something. I'm going to use here, print something here, print high. For example, I'm going to print high. If I'm going to do it for 5 times, I want to write it for 5 times like this. If I want to write it 100 times, I want to print it for 100 times. Then if I execute it, it is going to be print the 100 times high. That means I'm going to do the same thing for 100 times. I'm going to do the same thing for 100 times. That means instead of writing the 100 times, I'm going to write a for loop here. I'm going to write a for loop or a while loop. When I'm going to discuss about examples, what is the syntax of while loop and for loop, I'm going for always definite looping only. When we are going for examples, then I will explain you where we have to use for loop and where we are going to use that while loop. First of all, I'm going to print this high for 10 times. Okay, that means I'm going to write a for loop like this for I in range of I in range of 100. Sorry, 10. I have to put a colon here. I have to put a colon here. Inside, I'm going to write it. Inside, I'm going to write it. When I'm going to write a for loop like this for I in range of 10, in the range concept, when it is a range function, there are 3 values. But here I am going to give only one value, but always the range function takes 3 values. If I give only one value, what it is, and what is the remaining 2 values? In range function, always there are 3 values. The first one is inner bound, and the second one is going to be the upper bound. Okay, and then next one is going to be increment or decrement. These 3 values. If I can give the 3 values also. I can give 2 values. I can give one value like this. These 2 are optional. If I give only one value, that means, for example, if I'm going to give a range of 10 here, range of 10, what it means? It is going to be the upper bound. Always it is going to be the upper bound. Then what is inner bound and what is increment and decrement here? The default values are, this is going to be 0. The inner value, the first value is going to be 0, and the increment is always +1. That means it is going to be incremented. 0 becomes 0, then it becomes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 only, not 10. Why? Because if I take one here, I'm taking here the positive number. It is telling like this: I is less than 10. That's why it is telling that only up to 9 only. That is not 10. Why? Because 10, if there is no equal to here, it is always takes as like this. 1 is less than 10. What is the upper bound value? Before that value only it will be execute. Okay. If I take the single value, it is the upper value. And what is lower value? Lower value is always defaultly it is takes as 0, and increment and decrement, that is always 1. The step count, that is going to be the step count. The best use is going to be increment and decrement. It is going to be right step count. I am going to write step 1, step 2, step 3 like this. That means every time it is going to be increment 1. By defaultly it is taken as 1 here. Okay. If I am going to execute it, it is going to be print high for how many times? Students, I for how many times?
10 times.
10 times, right? 10 times. Why? Because 0 to 9, that is going to be 10 times. It is going to be print. Instead of printing hi here, I am going to print I comma. I am going to delete this hi. I am going to print hi here. I am going to print hi here. If I am going to execute it, it is going to be print 0 to 9. This loop is executing from 0 to 9 here. Is it clear, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes. In this way, for example, if I am going to modify, if I am going to give two values, if I am going to give two values, I can give either one value or two values or three values. If I give two values, it will automatically consider as first one is the lower bound and the second one is going to be the upper bound. Okay, the step count is by default it is going to be 1. Now that means it is going to be initialized I is equal to 0 initially, I is equal to 2 is initially, sorry, I is equal to 2 initially, then it is going up to 9 here. If I am going to execute it, it is going from 2 to 9 here. Clear, everyone? Clear?
Yes, sir.
For example, if I am going to give 1 here, it is starting from I is equal to 1 to I is equal to 9. Okay? And for example, if I am going to modify the step count also, I can give like this also. For example, if I give 1 here, that means I got the same output as previously. Okay, by default, the value of step count is going to be 1. Now I am going to change it as 1 here. That's it. Now I am going to change it as 2. Can anyone guess what is the output now? Please don't execute, just guess the output here.
1, 3, 5, 7.
Yes, it is going to be 1, then it is going to be 3, then it is going to be incremented like this, plus 2, plus 2, plus 2, plus 2. These are going to be the odd numbers. For example, if I want even numbers, I want to start at 2 here. I am going to 2 plus 2, 4 plus 2 like this. For example, if I want to execute this value also, I want to take every time plus 1 value. Plus 1 value. For example, 10 plus 1. Every time I want to execute that value also, you have to take like this. Okay. If I'm going to execute it, that value is also executed. Is it clear? Is it clear, students?
Yes, sir.
Yes. For example, now, yes. If you have any doubt, just interrupt me and ask that, and I will explain you. Okay. Now I am going to write int of input of. I am going to write a n number instead of this value is a static value. Right now I am going to modify it as a dynamic value. Yes, number. For example, if I am going to give here, if it is 10, now it is going to be printed like this. And I am going to remove this step count also, and I am going to remove this inner bound also. If I am going to execute, if I give 100, the output is going to be
100, sir. 0 to 100.
no.
0 to 99.
Yes, 0 to 100, 0 to 100. I gave here plus 1, right? That's why 0 to 100 is the output. Okay? 0 to 100 is the output. It is automatically printing like this. I am going to give like this. Now it is going to be print 1 to 100. Yes? It is going to be 1 to 100. For example, if I give here plus 2, then it is going to be print the odd numbers of from 1 to 100, the odd numbers. I am going to write like this. Clear, everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes,
For
sir.
example, if I am going to give 10 here, I am going to print the values like this instead of printing this one, and I am going to print like this. Okay. Now this in every loop, there is a forward loop and backward loop also. Forward loop and backward loop. Now it is going to be the forward loop. Why? For example, if you are going in an upper stage, for example, in a mall, you are going to you are going in a lift, for example. For example, you are at a ground floor. Now we are moving to first floor, second floor, third floor. You are going upright. It is going to be a forward direction. For example, you are coming down to the floor, for example, to the ground floor. Now, what we have to do here? We have to start at some fifth floor like this, and we are going to be decremented like this: 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0, that ground floor. Okay, in this way also we can write the loop here. That is going to be the backward loop. How I am going to write a backward loop here? Can anyone tell me that how to write a backward loop? That means I
Step
am
size
going
minus one. Step size minus one,
Minus
sir.
1, sir.
Step size.
to
Step
simply I
size.
can write like this. It is going to be print. For example, if I am going to execute it, if I give 10 here, the output is nothing.
Start with
Yes.
numbers.
Interchange upper and lower bounds.
We have to
Range
change
in
that.
I.
We have to start at num and we have to stop at 0 and we have to take -1. How it works? When it is going to be the +1, if it is going to the positive numbers, then it takes as, for example, I is equal to initially 0, and then it is going to be tell that I is less than num. Okay, it is going to be take a less than symbol every time. It is going to be take the less than symbol. Okay, now I am going to tell you that, just a minute. 1 comma num plus 1 comma 1. How it is going to be in the for loop? It is going to be converted into I is equal to 1, I is equal to 1, I less than 11, then I plus plus, then I plus plus. Like this it is going to be. For example, now I am going to convert num and I am going to write here 0 comma -1. If I take like this, it is going to be for I is equal to num, and that means I am going to start at num. Here the negative values is there, right? Negative step count is there. Then automatically that symbol, this symbol is turned into a greater than. Then I is greater than 0. Then I minus minus. This is the way we are going to write this. For example, I is equal to 0, I is equal to num. That means what is num value? Num value is, for example, 10. Okay, then I becomes a 10. Is 10 is greater than 0? Students, is 10 is greater than 0?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, 10 is greater than 0. Then it is coming inside and it is going to be print. What is I value? I value is 10. 10 is going to be printed. Then -1. What is going to be -1? Num I is going to be -1. Then I becomes 9. 9 is also greater than, 8 is also greater than, 7 is also greater than, 6 is greater than, 5 is greater than, 4, 3, 2, 1 is also greater than 0, and 0 is greater than, that is not 0. Then it is going to be print up to, then it is going to be print up to
1.
up to 1
Into 1.
only. Up to 1 only. If I want 0 also, how I am going to write? If I want to print 0 also,
-1.
I have to put here -1 also. Okay, that means before that value it is going to be stop. If I am going to execute, if I give 10 here, it is going to be print like this. Okay, clear everyone? This is going to be the backward loop, and the previous one, that is going to be the forward loop. Just note it down, everyone. Is there any doubts, students? Is there any doubts?
No, sir.
Just note it down, the syntax of the usage of for loop here. We are rotating, we are going to print the values, a value for n number of times. Then the next one is going to be while loop. Okay, I think, is it clear everyone? If you have any doubt, just ask me here. Okay, I'm going to take the attendance now. You have to practice the syntax and everything. Uh, okay, when I think you are free at some time, right? Just practice at least 15 to 30 minutes. What I'm teaching here, uh, you have to type and you have to execute it. Then only you will understand how to write it. For example, if you are listening the class, it is very easy to you, very easy to you. But when you are writing the code, that is more difficult. Okay, why? Because here I'm not writing any mistakes. Why? Because I know how to write it. That's why I know that I'm not writing any mistakes here. But you are the new to the programming. If you write some simple mistakes like this, sorry, there is a error here, sir. There is a error. I don't know what is the error. If you write like this, for example, it is going to be give error in the next line. It is going to give the error in the next line. You are thinking that, sir, I write perfectly, but where is the error? Where is the error? The error is in the above line. It is, we have to fix it like this. Okay. When you are typing the code, just you observe these type of errors from you. Okay. Then the next one is going to be the while loop. The syntax is very similar to the C programming. Very similar to the C programming. In any loops, there are three blocks every time: initialization, condition, and increment and decrement. In for loop also there is, and that is not visible. Okay, here I am going to write the I is equal to 1 here. Okay, I am going to initialize the value. Now I am going to write, I can write without the bracket also. I is less than equal to num here. I can write like this, customized loop, and print. I'm going to print I here. Now I'm going to write like this. Then I plus is equal to 1. This is the shorthand form. This is very similar to I is equal to I plus 1. Okay. I plus is equal to 1. Then it is going to be I is equal to I plus 1. Okay. If I am going to execute it, if I give 10 here, the output is going to be 1 to 10 here. How it is going to be executed? For example, here I am going to give the value as a 10 here. Then it is coming here. And what is I value initially? What is I value initially?
1.
1.
1. 1 is less than or equal to 10. Is it true or false? If it is true,
Yes.
then only it is moving into the block. In every programming language, if the condition is true, then only the control is moving inside the block. If it is false, it is going outside. Okay. Here also the same thing. 1 is less than or equal to 10. Is it true or false?
True, sir.
True, right? Then it is moving inside the block. Then it is moving inside the block, and it is going to be execute. What is I value now? I value is going to be 1. Yes, it is going to be printed. Then I is equal to I plus 1. I is initially 1. 1 plus 1 is equal to 2. Then again going back to the condition, and it is checking that is 2 is less than or equal to 10. Yes, again. Then it is going to be printed 2 here, then it becomes a 3, then again it is checking that 3 is less than or equal to 10. Yes, again 3, 4 is less than 10, 5 is less than, 6 is less than, 7 is less than, 8 is less than, 9 is less than, 10 is less than or equal to 10. That is also true. Then it becomes 11, and it is going here like this, and 11 is less than or equal to 10. That is going to be false, right? That is going to be false. Then at that time it is coming outside the loop. Then it is coming outside the loop, and it is going to be print 1 to 10. Just simply it is going to be print. I am going to give here. It is going to be print 1 to 100. Yes. Now I am going to give you a very simple task. For example, I am going to give num is equal to 10. you have to print in a reverse order. The same output I want, but in the reverse order. Just everyone try to write this. I want the output like this. Just everyone try to write it and post in the WhatsApp group. Then I will check everyone. Yes, num is equal to 10. I want to print up to 10, up to 1. You have to start at 10 and we have to stop at 1. Who is this? Manju. For example, if you give the 100 value, the input is 100, n value is 100 for example. Manju, for you only. Give n value is 100 and check what is the output. If it is 100, I want to print the output as 100 to 1. You also, who is this? There is no decrement operator. Who is this? Amit. Don't know what is the name here. I think it is Amit, right? There is no decrement and increment operators here. Raja. I want in the while loop. Not only for 10. I am giving here sample input is a 10. I want the output like that. If it is 100, the output is going to be 100 to 1. Again, Raja, you have to check it again. That is not true. Just try to execute it. Simani, the value of I you are going to print. What is value of I first of all? Shivani, the value of I is 1. Then it is going to be print 1, 2, 3 like this only. Just try to execute in your brain first of all. Just take some sample input. You have to do it mathematically, then you will understand. Good. Good. See this name? Sarishma. I think. Yes. Hello. Hello. Respond please here.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Can you give the input as 100? Then check that what is the output for that.
Okay, sir.
Gauri.
Yes, sir.
The same. For example, if you give n values 100, what is the output?
Yes.
Kirti. The same thing. The same thing for you also. Hmm? Same thing for Kalyan also.
Okay, sir.
Satyakirti, same thing again. Same. Copy paste. Satvika, why you deleted? Who is this 082? Phone number 082, white love symbol. If I want 10 here, for example, if I want 10, you are going to change that I is equal to 10 and then you are going to execute it. Yes, we cannot do like that. For every input, we are going to coming into the program and we are going to change the values. That is not the perfect program. First of all, students. For every input, it is going to be work normally. For every input, I am coming into the code and I am going to change the values, then I will execute it. That is not the perfect one. Okay, that is not the programming here. Simply instead of writing, we know the output, just print that output. That is enough, right? You know the inputs earlier. For example, if the input is a 10, my output is 5, for example. Just there is no need to write the logic. Just simply print 5. If the input is 100, the output is 50. For example, I know that. Then I coming into the code and I am going to change it as print 50. No, we don't like that. Okay, we have to write the logic for that. The same thing what you done here. Sai Kumar, I tell that you have to write using while loop, not the for loop. The same thing for Teju. Same thing for Bhavani Devi.
Sir, I will upload a message box. And see.
Okay. Who is this? Raghu.
Sir.
What you write here? Can you execute it?
Sir.
Sir,
Yes, while true, that is your program, right? What
Yes,
is the
sir.
output for that? Is it working?
17 వస్తే 17 వచ్చింది. ఎస్ సార్, ఎస్ సార్. 17 వస్తే 17 వచ్చింది సార్.
Just a minute.
నేను ఫస్ట్
I will
ఐ
I will
లెస్ దెన్ ఆర్ ఈక్వల్ టు 10 తీసుకున్నాను సార్.
I will write with your inputs. For example, here I am going to write I is equal to 1. What you write, I am going to write here, and what is the mistake of that? While true here, while true, you are writing that I is less than equal to n. I is less than equal to n. You are going to print. I here, right? And you are going to print I plus is equal to 1. That's it. If I am going to execute it, I am going to give, for example, some 10 here. That num value, right? Num value. I'm going to give 10. You are thinking that the output is perfect. For example, you are thinking that the output is perfect, right? Raghu,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes.
you are thinking that the output is coming 1 to 10. But here the loop is not coming. If you observe that or not, the output is not coming outside. If I give anything, for example, if I'm not for example, I'm going to write here like this, I less than equal to num here. I'm going to write like this. I'm going to write like this. If I execute it, if I give 10 here, it is coming outside. Do you observe the difference between your output and my output? It
Yes,
is
sir.
coming outside the program. Just that is going to be work. That work is finished. But here, when you are writing like this, if I execute here, if I give 10 here, it is in the loop. It is in the program only. It is not printing. That's it. It is in the program only. Are you agree with me or not?
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
This is called infinite loop. Infinite loop. That means never-ending loop. For example, at this
Okay.
time, if you want to close this window, it is asking that your program is still running. Do you want to kill it? Yes. Then only it will be come out. That is infinite loop. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Again. What you are writing, some mistakes. I'm going to teach you always the mistakes. What you are writing, the mistakes here. For example, I'm going to write exact program of. You are going to write like this. You are going to write the program like this, and there is a while loop, and I is greater than equal to 1, and printing of I here, printing of I, and I minus is equal to 1. Yes, for example, if I execute like this, if I give 10 here, the output is working perfectly. It is working. You are thinking like this. Yes, it is working. No doubt about that. It is going to be print from 10 to 1, and the output is coming perfectly, coming to the out of the loop. Yes, it is working. If I am going to execute again, if I am going to give 100, the output is again 10 to 1 only. For this output it is going. For to cover this, you are going to write here 100. You are going to put here 100, and you are going to put sir, it is working, sir. You are thinking like this. But here, if I am going to execute it, if I give 10 here, now also it is going to be print 100. For example, you are thinking that if I want 20, I will go here, and I will change here, and then I will work here as 20, then it will be working. Yes, sir, it is working. For example, some ATM machine is there, for example. Now, you write that logic for ATM machine. Okay, one customer is coming, and to withdraw some amount. Withdraw some amount, one customer like me is coming into that ATM. Then you are the programmer, right? You are sitting in front of the ATM machine, and when the customer is coming, you ask that, oh, sir, what is your password? Then he tell that my password is 1947. Then you open the ATM machine. Okay, you open the ATM machine, and in that some password is equal to 1943. You write like this, the password is equal to 1947, and again you are going to screw up all the ATM machine, and you are telling the customer, sir, now you can try it. Then it is working. Then again another customer is coming. Again you ask that, sir, what is your password? My password is 2020. Then again you open up the machine, and you are going to change the password, and again you are doing for all the customers. In this way you are writing the code here.
Sir, I is equal to num పెడితే అవుతుంది.
You have to write here
I equal to
num
number.
here. You have to write
Yes.
num here. The students who are sending the program, that is the mistake. Very simple mistake that is. Okay, that is a very simple mistake. But here that is very costly. Okay, you have to understand where is the mistake, sir. This is not a big mistake, sir. I know that, sir. But that is a very, very big mistake. Okay. Now I am going to execute it. If I give 100, it is going from 100 to 1. If I am going to give here 10, it is going to 10 to 1. If I am going to give 20, yes, it is working properly for all the inputs. It is working. Is it clear or not? Students who write the mistake, that students only.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Raja, we are not taking the I value also. We are not taking the I value again. There is only one input. There is no two inputs here. You are reading the value for I also. What you are taking the value, that is I. We have to start at that number. Clear? Hello? You have to respond here. Raja. Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yes?
Yes, sir. Hello, sir.
Yes, is it clear?
Yes. I can post it on other photos.
No. That's why I'm telling you only. Why you are writing that n is equal to int of input of, and again you are telling that I is equal to int of input of. That means you are going to read the value for I also. Okay.
Yes, sir.
We are not reading the two values here. We are reading only one value. That is num only. Then we are assigning that num to I. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes. And here this is working with for loop and while loop, the backward loop and forward loop also. Okay, that is a simple mistakes. I can write in a different ways also. I can write in different ways also. Without I also we can write it. Without I also I can write it. How I am going to write? For example, this is a backward loop. Here I am going to write a num. For example, I am going to print num, and num minus is equal to 1. For example, how it is going to be working? How it is working? For example, while 10, is it true or false, students? Num value is 10, right? While 10, is it true or false?
True.
I,
True.
I already discussed about that. Either positive value or negative value that indicates a true. Only 0 refers a false value. While 10, that is going to be true here. Then coming into this one, and it is going to be printed 10, and then n becomes a 9 here. Num minus is equal to 1. Then again it is moving here while 9 is also true, then coming here and it is going to be print 9 here. Then it becomes 8. Okay, then it becomes 8. 8 is printed, 7 is printed, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yes, 1 is also printed and it becomes a 0 now. And it becomes a 0. Then it is coming here and it is going to be checking that while 0. While 0 means that is going to be while false. Then it is coming out of the loop. Then it is going to be print 10 to 1 here. If I am going to give here the 10, it is going to be print like this. If I am going to give 100, it is going to be print 100 to 1 here. Is it clear, everyone?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
For example, I can write like this also. Num not equal to 0. Num not equal to 0. Now, 10 not equal to 0. Is it true or not? Is it true or not?
True.
Yes, it
True,
is
sir.
true. 9 is not equal to 0 is true. 8 is not equal to 0 is true. 7 is not equal to 6 is not equal to 5 is not equal to 4 is not equal to 3, 2. For example, 1 is not equal to 0. Now 0 is not equal to 0. Is it a true?
False.
It is going to be false and it is coming out. If I am going to execute it, if I am going to give 10 here, it is going to be print like this. Okay? I can take in, for example, here I am going to take num is greater than 0. Num is greater than 0. I can write like this also. For example, 10 is greater than 0. Is it true or not? Students,
True, sir.
9 is greater than 0, 8 is greater than 0, 7 is greater than, 2 is greater than, 1 is greater than, 0 is greater than 0. That is going to be false.
False.
Yes, then it is coming outside, then it is going to be print as normally. Yes, in this ways, in the number of ways we can do this one. Is it clear, everyone?
Yes,
That
sir.
means we can write here, num not equal to 0, and simply I can write num also. These three cases we can write up to 0, we can write all these three cases. This is about a while loop. The syntax of the while loop. Okay, when you are discussing about a number of problems here, then you will understand how to write, where to write for loop and where to write a while loop also. Okay. Now, is it clear? Is there any doubt in while loop or for
No,
loop?
sir.
Anything? Anyone, students?
No, sir.
Good. There are 200 students here. 200 students. One thing from my side, just everyone please join before 8 o'clock, at least 8 o'clock. Okay. Some students at 8:15 the count is only 150. After that 50 students are joining the class. Please join before 8. At 8, sharp 8. Okay, I have to start at any cost. I have to start the class at 8:05.
Okay, sir.
Today I start at 8:10. After 8:10 I start the class. Okay, please come at 8. Now then I am going to start at 8:05. If you join at 8:10, then I will start at 8:15. That is waste of time. Okay. This is about while loop. And then we are moving into the continue. What is continue and break? Continue and break are unconditional statements. What is that? That is going to be the unconditional statements. I'm going to write a simple program first of all. I is less than equal to num, and I printing of I here, printing of I. I minus is equal to 1. Okay. Now for example, if I am going to execute it, we know that it is going to sorry for that I plus is equal to 1. Sorry, I plus is equal to 1. If I am going to give 10 here, it is going to be print 1 to 10. Okay. It is going to be print 1 to 10. Okay, no doubt about that. Now continue. What is continue? For example, here it is going to be executed. The first statement is going to be executed. That is 1 is less than equal to 10. Okay, coming here, and it is going to be print, and it is going to be print 1 here, and it is going to be I value is going to be 2 here. Then it is moving back to the condition again, right? Then it is moving back to the condition again. That means continue. For example, the loop has a defaultly the continue statement in the last line. The last line of the loop, every time it is going to be take that continue. If the continue is working, then only it is going again to the condition. It is going again to the condition and is checking that is the condition is true or not. That means the continue That means again we are going to do the same operation. For example, I am going to write here continue. If I am going to execute, if I give 10 here, yes, is it perfect or not? Is the output is correct or not? Yes, it is working perfectly. Okay, that means, but our eyes are not visible to that continue. But in every program, in every loop, the last line of that loop is going to be continue only. By default, it is there. Now, what is the use of continue here? The actual use of continue is if you want to skip any values, if you want to skip some students, for example here, for example, I am going to conduct one interview in the students. Now I am going to check that number, roll number 1, what is your percentage? For example, the percentage is going to be 70. Okay, you qualified. Then again for the number 2, my percentage is 58. That means I am not considering that student and I am going for the next student. Okay, then again, who are less than, for example, 60, I am not considering that students. That means I am going to skip that students from the interview panel, right? In this way, the continue is not checking that. For example, if your percentage is good, now I am going to conduct a mock interview for you. Okay, your percentage is not good, that's why I am not considering a mock interview for you. That means I am skipping this mock interview for whose percentage is less than 60. That means I am going to skip the students. For the skipping of some operations, if you are good, I am going to conduct you a mock interview. But here, if your percentage is not good, that's why I skip a mock interview for you. That is going to be sometimes based on the condition only. We are going to skip that students. Okay. Here also, without condition, we cannot do it. If I do it like this, some students ask me, question me, and why are not conducting me the mock interviews? I have a specific condition here. Yes, this condition is not following by you. That's why I'm not conducting to you. That is my answer here. And at the same time, this break and continue are unconditional statements. For example, if I write like this, continue. There is nothing syntax either, just simply write continue, break, that's it, nothing else. Don't write spelling mistakes, that's it. Okay, is the keyword. How continue is going to be working? Okay, just listen carefully, everyone. Now I value is 1 and n value is num value is going to be 10. Now it is going to be checked that 1 is less than equal to 10. Is it true or false, students?
True, sir.
True, right? Then
True,
it
sir.
is coming inside. Then just a minute. Then it is okay. Leave it. Then it is coming inside. And the continue is going to be occurred here in the line. Now, if continue is raised, the control reaches continue. Control means I am going to talking like this. This line is executed, and this line now I am going to execute this line. That is called control. Okay. If control reaches a continue statement. Okay, control reaches a continue statement, then the control is automatically goes back to the condition. It never executes the remaining statements. Okay, now the control reaches continue, then it is automatically going here, and it is going to be check again. 1 is less than equal to 10. Can anyone guess what is the output now? Students?
No, sir.
Output, sir.
No, sir.
But infinite loop. Yes, the output is no output is not the perfect one. No output and infinite loop is the perfect one here. Okay, when you are working with loops, especially while loop, you have to write without infinite loop. Okay, beware of infinite loop. Okay, that means already we discussed about that one with that one student's example here. For example, if I give 10 here, that is for you, we are thinking that this is not an output here, no output here. but it is an infinite loop. It is not printing anything and it is not coming out of the program also. That means this is an infinite loop. If I am going to close this one, again it is asking that your program is still running. Do you want to kill it? Yes, I am going to kill it. That's why whenever we are writing a continue statement, we cannot write like this. We have to put inside if condition, then only we are going to use continue or break. Why? Because these two are unconditional. Without any condition, they are going to be work. That's why we are not going to put these normally. For example, I am going to put continue here. I am going to put continue here. Can anyone guess what is the output now?
One infinity loop, sir.
One infinite times.
Yes, remaining students.
Infinite loop, sir.
Then it is going to, is it printing anything or not?
Printing
One.
one, sir.
Printing one
One,
and
sir. One printing infinite loop.
Yes, sir.
It's printing one like this, and it is going to be print one like this. If you wait for 2 days or 1 year or any time, it is going to be print one only. Okay, that is the mistake here. That's why whenever you are writing, we are dealing with continue or break, we cannot write directly like this. We have to put a condition, and inside that condition we have to write this continue. Very useful things. The continue and break are very useful. For example, the while or for loop is going to be a battlefield. This continue and break are two swords. We can cut any head with that. Okay, that means we are going to handle the battle with these to break and continue. Okay, very powerful. The usage of continue and break is very powerful and very entertaining. Here I am going to write a continue, but we have to write inside a condition. For example, I mod 3 is equal to 0. That means I am going to write the continue here. For example, now I am going to write. Can anyone guess what is the output now?
1, 2, 4, 5,
3
7,
and 6 and 9 are not.
8, 3, 6, 9 not printed, sir.
Just write
Executable.
just write down your output on the notebook for this program. Just note down this program first of all. You have to dry run it. Don't throw stones on this program. Okay, just dry run it. Dry running means I am doing here like this. 1 is less than equal to 10. Is it true or false? Yes, it is working. Then it is coming inside. And yes, is it working or not? Yes, it is printing something. Again, I is equal to I plus 1. You have to mug up like this. But you have to follow the properties here. If it is incremented, we have to increment it. If it is printed, we have to print it. Don't think your own. You have to think like a compiler. Don't think your own. And write what is the output of this program also below this program.
ఓన్లీ 1 2 మట్టుకే ప్రింట్ అయింది సార్.
కామెంట్ బాక్స్ లో పెట్టాను సార్.
Only one times.
Okay, I will try run it. Just a minute. I'm going to execute it here. 1, yes, 1, I value is 1. Just look at everyone. 1 is less than equal to 10. Yes, it is true. How I am going to try run it? Okay, I am not including my intelligence here. How it is working? Just I am doing that one only. Okay, yes, it is true. Then coming inside it, and what is I value? I mod 3 is equal to 0. It is checking like this. 1 mod 3. Can anyone tell me that what is the output for this one? 1 mod 3.
So 1, sir.
Definitely, if the value is a smaller value than denominator, then the output is going to be the same value. Okay, if it is a 4 mod 3, that means the remainder is going to be 1.
So 1, sir.
But here it is going to be a smaller value, right? Then the output is going to be 1 only. Now I am going to check that is 1 is equal to 0.
False.
That
No,
is going to be false.
False.
That means it is the control is not reaching the continue now. Now it is moving here and it is going to be print 1. Okay, it is going to be print 1 and I becomes 2 here. I 1 plus 1, then it becomes 2. Okay, now it is moving to this condition again. Then it is going to check that 2 is less than equal to 10. Is it true?
True, sir.
Yes, again. Then 2 mod 3 is equal to 0. We have to evaluate this expression first. Okay, we have to evaluate this expression. 2 mod 3 becomes 2. Then I am going to check that is 2 is equal to 0. No. Okay. No. Then it is coming here and it is going to be print 2. Then it is coming here and it is going to be 2 plus 1, that it is going to be 3. Then it is going to be 3. Coming here and again it is checking that 3 is less than equal to 10. Yes, it is true. Then coming here 3 mod 3. Then the remainder is going to be
0.
0, sir.
0. I am going to check that is 0 is equal to 0 or not.
True.
True. Then it is moving inside and control reaches continue now. Control reaches continue. What is the next step?
Goes to condition, sir.
Control reaches continue.
Goes to condition.
It is goes to condition again. That means it going to reach this position again. And what is I value now?
3, sir.
I value is not incremented. I value is 3 only. Again it is checking that 3 is less than equal to 10 or not. Yes, it is true again. And it is coming here and it is checking again that 3 mod 3 is equal to 0 or not. Again it is going to be 0. Then again continue is going to be raised and again and again and again and again it is working like this. For example, here if I give 10 here, it is going to be print 1 2. Then it is moving into infinite loop. Clear, everyone? For example, if you
Yes,
want to commit out, don't close
Yes,
this, just control C. Then it will be, it is telling that at this point it is going to be working. And now if I check I value, what is I value? I value is 3, then it is going to be stop there. Okay? Do you understand it? That is
Yes,
the
sir.
mistake
Yes, sir.
here. The simply we have to overcome it. I plus is equal to 1. Here also I have to increment it. For example, here it is going to be the infinite loop, that is going to be 0. Then it is going to be, then I value becomes 3 plus 1 4.
sir.
Then
4, sir.
continue is going to be raised. Now continue is going to be raised and it is again check that is 4 is less than equal to 10. Yes. And again it is telling that 4 mod 3 is equal to 0. Then it becomes 1. 1 is equal to 0 is false. then it is going here and it is going to be print 4 here. Okay, then it is incremented as a 5 here. Then again it is checking like this. Is 5 is less than equal to 10? Yes. Is 5 mod 3? Then it becomes 2. 2 is equal to 0? No, not at all. Then it is going to be print 5 here. Then it becomes 6. Then it is coming here. Is 6 is less than equal to 10? Yes. Then 6 mod 3. Then it becomes 0. 0 is equal to 0. Yes, it is coming inside. I becomes 7. Then it is going to be continue. In this way, it is going to be printed without 3 multiples. It is going to be print up to 10. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Yes.
sir.
How it is going to be working?
Yes,
The
sir.
continue is working. Yes. Clear, students, everything? You have to
Yes, sir.
practice
Yes,
it. You
sir.
have to practice what is the syntax of for loop, what is the syntax of while loop. If you want to write anything new, just write it down on that write it down and execute it once and use continue also. Okay. And in tomorrow we are going to discuss about break and what is the else for the loops. Okay. And a little bit programs on that. That's it for today.